Welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about the interview for the candidate who is applying for School of Medicine. So one of the core value was certain ways that you need to ask the medical applicant, like to succeed as a medical doctor. I would like to know your motivation for applying for medicine. What's your two personal attribute? So simply the answer will be like, what motivated you to be applying for to become a medical doctor? Is there any reason for that? Some of the applicants kept saying like they were like waffling about certain things that they did, but they couldn't acknowledge the reason for motivating them to apply for medicine. However, they came up with certain example like watching some of their loved ones who had like certain medical condition or certain alignment or certain terminal conditions. So they were giving some of their witnessing those kind of things and how it shaped their belief and shaped their value to become something in the future that could help with the people alignment. So, like to succeed as a medical doctor, motivation streams can be from passion for helping others, making a meaningful impact on people's life, to drive and to alleviate suffering and promote health, contribute in the advancement of medicine, which keep doctors usually focused and dedicated. So the main element can be like empathetic, resilience. So empathy simply it means like to put yourself in the shoe of others and understand their situation, their feeling, which can build, of course, trust, builds relationship between doctors and patient. And the resilience can be implied when you have the mental stress to cope with long hours, emotional challenges, and high pressure situation in order to navigate through the career. So all of these things can be given as an example, and then it can then take from certain aspect, like for instance, if you have done anything related, or even in your life as a student. So for instance, they come up with certain example like sportings and the leadership and teamworks, all this sort of thing. And all of that mandate just to give some examples within a frame time of less than 2 minutes. So it's better to be focused and know what to say rather than waffling and wasting time. And by then you will not be able to cover the subsequent questions. However, I kept prompting in order to direct within the frame time of the question and the time. So the second question can be like to succeed as a medical doctor by what attribute or skills you think that you have, which can make you a better doctor and give certification. So the personal attribute, as I mentioned early on, can be empathy, can be resilient, can be compassion, can be dedication, can be self-control. So it's like a deep sense of caring and understanding help forms the meaningful connection with patient, ensuring that being felt supported and valued. So somebody came up with some examples like teamwork or leadership. Some they give example like hiking, they were like in group and they lost their path and they don't have any navigator. So the lady student, she kept saying that I could find my path through the map. I kept supporting people when they are desperate or felt they are lost. So she was like resilient. She was like adapting to the situation and not just break down, and felt that she can be like a guide to her peers, and she said that they made it and they were quite happy. The other thing can be dedication, self-control, planning and order. So it's like having commitment for continuous learning, hard work, put a goal, and to achieve and master the skills that they have. And also about communication and trust. So it's a way how to communicate to the other party and give them the time and the space to reflect without interruption. Ensure that they felt that being heard and their complaint has been heard, or any issue, even if it's in a medical situation, and being understood. This will, of course, create a rapport and trust between both parties, because communication is a skill, a very important skill, in order to deliver what's been needed. And part of the remedy sometimes is just a good communication skills when you're being attentive rather than inattentive, and reflecting on the person in front of you, what has said, and you understood their situation rather than assuming. And of course, after you give the patient or the person in front of you all of the information needed, the patient can have the control about their condition or the situation, because they have the knowledge which enable them to decide what can be working for them, because everyone's experience is quite different. And also the resilience and the growth, which means like a dedication to drive in continuing learning and adapting to situation. Say, for instance, one of the candidates, she mentioned that she moved from another place, and she was adopting, and she was resilient to the situation she put in, and she navigated through her ways in order to catch up with what she has missed. And another thing can be stated here, like problem solving under pressure. So it means like you stay focused in a calm situation. So some of the candidates, they were like really calm, and they were attentive to what has been said, and they were answering in a calm, self-controlled situation, which is of course very impressive. However, some, they were like they need some moment to digest the information being delivered in order to give back. So everyone is different, of course, but those kind of quality is very important as a holistic approach in order to support the patient emotionally and physically, of course. And of course, dedication and compassion can't come just like this. It needs effort and self-awareness, and that you are aware of your flaws and how you can work on them and how to improve. As I say, by active listening without interruption, and reflecting on your own experience, what have you done and what could you do in order to improve. And of course, engage with other party by also attending, volunteering or shadowing in the healthcare setting, whereby you will be exposed more to diverse backgrounds and see how people can be talking, how you empathize with them, and also seek feedback from the patient or colleague in order to see how you performed and how you can do better. And also, of course, you can learn from some stories can be heard or watched through certain films or podcasts, like personal story of illness and how they heal, and in order to gain different perspective from each person or humanity. And of course, you need, as I say, set certain clear goals and how you can approach them and of course with time management, because time management is very important. And if you feel like you need support, you need to seek mentorship or your mentor in order to guide you through your navigation for that. And of course, acknowledge your achievement and maintain enthusiasm for self-development. And of course, continuous learning is an essence for upscaling your knowledge, professional in everything. And all of that can be, of course, cultivated in a way to improve and develop. So that's basically the mere three questions. How to develop your value and the core value, and how to make an enthusiastic medical student or medical applicant who wish to be as a medical doctor for the future. Thank you.